It's good to be here back at Shop HQ, and for all of you to just find out about some new watches that Shop HQ has. I'll have to say it's been a pleasure for me to be able to look at some of these other brands that I got to see before, but I never had a chance to work with them, to present them and everything like that. So this is a lot of fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through some watches here that it's actually called Duxot, D-U-X-O-T, that's how you pronounce it. But as always, we're going to take care of some housekeeping tasks here. So we have going on right now, we have a BOGO that's going on. So that's really, really important. Typically, we're going to have a 20% off coupon, which is absolutely amazing. But the BOGO goes for all watches. So Duxot and everything else. If you buy one watch and you put a second watch in your cart, the lower price of the two is going to be 50% off. So if you buy two watches that are basically the same price, it's almost like getting 25% off. But how it will work is it will go off the lower price watch, and everything auto adds to your cart. You don't have to type in a coupon code or anything like that. It's pretty simple. Now, there's also a sweepstakes going along, and if you enter now, you can get a chance to win a Duxot watch sweepstakes. So the watch is going to be a 40 millimeter Accelero. It's a quartz chronograph, and along with it in white, and along with that, you're going to get a $50 Shop HQ credit. So the total value of that is going to be $250. Who wouldn't shy away from that? So make sure to go along with it. Harry will actually be adding that into the comments here on how you can then apply for that sweepstakes. And remember, put it in your calendar or go to Shop HQ's website and do click on the Watch Wednesdays here that are going to be consistent here at 7 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. But of course, check out Kathy, check out Janae, as they have shows going on also during the course of the week. And then of course, next week, I'll have then be on again, and we're going to have Invicta watches. And so it'll be fun to see what is in the mix here with Invicta for next week's show. So let's get going. And we're going to start out with a 42 millimeter. Now, a lot of these watches from Duxot, they take the inspirations from classic designs from like the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, and they add a little bit of modern flair to it, but really kind of go back to those designs that were really, really popular back then. So it's a vintage that's along with the contemporary. So the watches today are going to be hugging around that size of that 40 to 42 millimeter, which I really like. It's one of my key features for every watch because it really can be worn by everybody, men and women alike. And so 42 millimeters, I think, looks amazing on the wrist, whether you're 5'2", 6'2", or 7 feet tall. And yeah, well, let's go through them here and see all the different options. So I think this first option that we're going to go with is called the Atlantica Diver. Now, this is that all-around timepiece. You can wear it on the water, you can wear it on the boat, you can wear it driving, you can wear it to an event, you can wear it to work, you can wear it casually, you can even wear it in the water, 200 meters of water resistance. And here's the look right here for this watch. Now, I apologize for the glare here, but you'll see we have that classic design here for the round case, and then the bezel, which is a unidirectional rotating bezel. See, what I like too are just the very bold hour markers, the easy and the readability on this. Be able to look down and tell the time is pretty easy with this watch. Sorry, I do have the monitors behind me here just so I can see also what's going live. So I apologize if you see my other monitors here. But classic design and elegant, just with that timeless sophistication is what you're going to get with this watch. Now, this one you order by the bezel color. So it'd be blue, red is what I have. And there are 8 different colors on Shop HQ's website. I have to say, my favorite, I like this color, but my favorite is the blue gray. That is my hot pick here for that timepiece. So what we're getting into is a 42 millimeter timepiece. That's about 13 millimeters on the profile. That's going all along right here. So you got that 42 by 14, and look at this, look at the back. You have the custom rotor on the case back here for this mechanical automatic being the NH35. So you're getting those 24 joules, about a 41-hour power reserve that goes along with this watch. the hacking feature that's a part of it, and the bi-directional rotor, which is going to wind up the watch in a real efficient manner, whether it's going clockwise or counterclockwise. So along with it, then you're getting about a 22 millimeter bracelet. 22 millimeters wide, doesn't taper down at all, and this is one of those extremely fluid bracelets. Now, people call it the bracelet that starts with the letter J. It's very similar to that. I don't think I can really say it because I think that is actually trademarked. But you've seen this design before. What you have is the high polished center links. There are three of them. They're a little bit more narrow, and then the outer links that are in a brush fashion. What I like is right here. You can just see how perfectly that bracelet even just fits around my finger. So when you have that watch then on your wrist, it's going to look just amazing. It's going to have a fantastic fit and feel. And speaking of wrist sizes, this watch will fit up to about that 8¼ inch wrist size. So a variety of wrists out there. Now, another big feature about this watch is the crystal. And so I love the fact of the matter is not only this watch, but all the watches here today from Duxot are going to have sapphire crystals. So that sapphire crystal is going to have that ultimate scratch resistance there. You have a crystal in the front. You also have a crystal in the back in this particular variation. So it's going to be, still a very hard crystal, but it's going to be just really that fantastic property when it comes to that scratch resistance here for the watch. Water resistance of this watch, also 200 meters of water resistance. So you're getting into that 200 meters, which is that professional dive specs. If you want to go on the water with this watch, it should be no issue whatsoever. Let's look at the clasp here really quick. We have that fold over clasp. So locking mechanism right here. And then you have the flip lock safety diver's clasp, but you have the two buttons here to push out, to release, and audible click to snap down here for this watch. Now, as I mentioned before, there are other colors on ShopHQ's website. There are a total of 8. So I said the gray blue, that's my favorite color out there. But just a fantastic timepiece. If you just want that everyday watch that can go for any sort of occasion, this would really probably be one of the choices for you to go ahead and move ahead with that. Now, let me just look really quick at some comments here. We have Tim Shaw. Hey, we got Floss in here. Good to see Flossin. Who else is going on? Bob is here too. So thank you guys for tuning in here and just hanging out for a little while. Feel free to chat. Let us know what you'd like to see from ShopHQ in terms of what we put out there in terms of the watches there. If you want to see particular brands, you want to see excuse me, any particular styles or whatever it happens to be. We're all open for the comments out there. All right, well, we're going to go with the next timepiece. Excuse me, I have just a little bit of a little itch in my throat. Let me just have some water here. Okay. This next one is going to be the luxury watch of the evening. And actually, let me just show you the packaging. The packaging is pretty cool. So you can just get it right here. Just take off this piece. So I don't have the pillow in it right now, but this next watch is actually going to come in a beautiful wooden box. So you can see right here the Duxot. You can just open that up. Beautiful wooden box. This is an upgrade, so you get the premium box here with this next offer. And so this next offer is going to be the Serinata. Now with the Serinata, here the price is right now it's $490 typically, but ShopHQ brought it down to $359, which is 27% off. Now, if you order this and another watch, whichever watch is in a lower price, you're going to get 50% off. And so here, I want you to look at this. Just absolute beauty. 40 millimeters for this watch. And if you look at the dial, if I angle it correctly here, just give me a second. Sorry, I got all of this stuff going on. The monitor, there we go. What you're getting into is you're getting into a sandstone dial on this watch, and that's the blue dial. There are 6 different color choices. And so if you go with the purple dial, it's going to be a purple crystal. If you go with the brown, it'll be the Tiger Eye, which is known for the courage and strength, grounding and stability, and just your balance in your life. If you get the green dial, it's going to be the Crystal Praise, which has the healing properties related to emotional balance. Then there's a turquoise version, which means the protection and your good fortune and healing. And there's also a black, which is a gray crystal. So there's a variety of different crystals that come with these different watches. And if you notice, if you look around the bezel, see all that shiny stuff going on? So you do have the cubic zirconiums there, excuse me. And on the bezel, there are actually 48 of them. You'll see it alternates between 11 and then the 3. Or no, excuse me, 9 and then 3. So you have 12 times 4. And then there are 11 more that are actually on the inside of that dial. This dial being, or the case here, on the dial, hand applied. This version being that sandstone. This is probably the hottest color I think out there, but I mean the tiger's eye looks amazing too. You have to go to ShopHQ's website, click on the side of your screen and look at the different color options there. There are a total of 6 of them. Maybe a few of you would like to just get a couple, as you have before with some of your other collections. You get one and you get another color variation out there where you're getting the different materials for the dial on the inside of this watch. So NH35A, yet again, for the movement on the inside. It's not the exhibition case back. You have the solid case back. That's a part of it. I'll talk about the clasp in just a minute, but we're looking at the 40 millimeter, and then the profile is going to be right around 12 millimeters. So it's just under a half of an inch in the overall profile here for the watch. You'll see just a small extended case back. That's right there. Wrist size is up to about 8¼ inches for the wrist. You have the 3-link bracelet with the outer links just tapering down a little bit from the top, not too much. The outer links are done in that vertical brush finish, and then you have that high polish finish for the center links. And then look at the clasp. The clasp on this is pretty nice. So you actually have to pull up the safety diver's clasp right here, and then you can just move it, and it's a scissor style. Oops, excuse me. Scissor style right there that goes over, folds over, audible click down, and then you're good to go. So you'll be able to see that NH35A. Crystal in this watch, yet again, is going to be that sapphire crystal. So that sapphire crystal, I'll have to work on my monitors for next time. I apologize for that. So the sapphire crystal on this watch, again, that scratch resistance, there's a magnification window, so you can easily read that calendar, dates of the month here, being the 19th. For those of you out there who have been with me for quite a while, you know tomorrow is potential, well, you might know, it's my birthday tomorrow, so appreciate any wishes there. That'd be great. It's also my mom's birthday too, so I'm going to spend some time with her tomorrow. So that'll be great. But outside of that beautiful timepiece, the weight on this watch too, I like it. You can feel it in the case. You get that sense of luxury that goes along with the crystal, that goes along with the dial for this watch. And then you can size it down to your wrist there. And again, just that fluid nature, just like that first watch I showed, the Atlantica. This one has that same, it's a different bracelet, but it still has that same fluid nature of this watch as you put it on. So what it means, it's going to be extremely comfortable, whether you're a guy, whether you're a gal. Yeah, this watch, I would be happy to have this watch on my wrist myself. So let me see any other notes I took on this. Oh, another thing, I forgot. This is a numbered limited edition. This particular watch right here, it's a numbered limited edition to 75 that will ever be made. So that's a big deal. So, you know, it's a more of a micro brand company, Duxot. So that means, you know, they're not going to be producing, you know, tens of thousands of every single model out there. It's very exclusive. And I'll tell you, being 75 of only this particular watch that will ever be made, that is extremely exclusive out there. So get in and get yours, 1 of 75 here. And remember, you can use that coupon, or not, it's not even a coupon. You just add 2 watches to your cart. ShopHQ, the website's just going to figure everything out for you in terms of that buy one, get one 50% off. All right, we're going to keep moving on here. The next watch, I would say, is the sport watch here, out of all of the 4 here that we're going to present tonight. And it's a Tiburon. And so you can see this version here is done in red. I have to really fix my monitors here. They're really blowing out the screen. I just have the one monitor up just so I can actually see everything that's going on up there. So Harry's actually put everything over. Mark is here, Godfather. Very cool. Good to see you. Ben says great for Tim is here. So yeah, thanks you guys for being a part of everything. All right, so now we're going to get into this one. The Tiburon is a 42 millimeter timepiece. And I think out of all four of the watches, this is going to be the heaviest out of all of them. So a little bbit thicker bracelet. You'll see that 3-link design that's a part of it. And Shop HQ's price is $240. So the typical price. They brought it down to $192.99. It's 20% off. There are 5 different color options. It's pretty easy in terms of the color options. I have the red, and then I think there's one that actually has a little bit of gold plating on it too, if I remember correctly. So I think this looks great with the red there. They also have the black and white and black in terms of the subdials with the dial and the dial with the subdials. Those look pretty cool too. So now this is the only version out of the 4 watches here tonight that is actually going to be a quartz movement, and it's a VK64. So you're getting into a quartz movement, date window here, 24-hour scale, and then you have your minutes over here that's associated with your chronograph hand that goes along right here. Unidirectional rotating bezel, that's a part of this watch. So you can use that as a timing device if you choose to do so. We have the upgraded crystal again. It is that sapphire crystal here for this watch. Put it on my wrist too. I'll show you the bracelet, or I'll show you the clasp. Very easy clasp, simple push button, releases, doesn't make any noise. You'll see it's that scissor style, a little bit thicker. I really like it's just a little bit thicker than what you can find out there with some other timepieces. But here it is on the wrist. Check that out. And my wrist is just a little bit under a 7-inch wrist to put things into perspective for you. So let's see. Oh, and also Tiburon means Spanish, in Spanish actually means shark. So you're just getting into that a little bit more of that nautical flair, that sport flair that goes along with this timepiece. But I really like that clasp I just showed you, that scissor style push button, which is really nice. That's a big upgrade. The fun, vibrant colors that are part of the watches and the different options that Shop HQ has out of the 5. And then too, that upgraded sapphire crystal. So yes, this price down to that $192.99. Add another watch. It doesn't have to be the Duxot, but that's the one that we're featuring here tonight. You can put any 2 watches into your cart and then go from there. So yeah, fun sport watch that you got right here. All right, we're going to move on then to the last watch here of the night, and it's going to be a 40 miller. This one just has a little bit, this really goes along, I believe, with that vintage, with a little bit of that modern flair that Duxot talks about, that what they're all about. So yeah, different design from everything else. What we're looking at, there are 5 different colors, and this is called the Bastia. It's an automatic, so we have the NH35 on the inside here for this watch. 5 different colors. The regular price is $290. Shop HQ brought it down to $232.99, which is about 20% off. But this also, just like every other watch on the website, is going to qualify for buy one, get one 50% off. So definitely take advantage of that. Out of the 5 colors, I have the green version, you can see, with a little bit of that pattern dial on the inside. Very clean, very easy to be able to read and tell the time. I also like that we have at the very bottom of the dial is that calendar date window for this NH35A movement on the inside. With that NH35A, you're going to have that 6 different beats every single second, or 6 steps every single second with that moving hand. 41-hour power reserve. The hacking feature is when you pull out the crown, it's going to actually stop the movement so you can sync it up with another watch or another clock if you choose to do so. And you can just then be in sync with something else out there. And the bracelet is actually tapering down, which I think is pretty cool in this watch. So the bracelet will taper all the way down from 25 millimeters down to about that 20 millimeters here. So it is a little bit thinner here as the bracelet goes down. You'll see it's the eye link that goes across and the center link that's going to connect those 2 different eye links as it goes along. And look at this, different clasp design here with a push button butterfly deployant clasp on this watch. I think that's great. You'll see even just the fine finishings that have been done in terms of the high polish finish here for the design. The size of the watch will fit, or the watch will fit up to wrist sizes all the way up to about that 8.25-inch wrist size with 100 meters of water resistance. We have then also, there are 5 different screws that are located on that fixed bezel here. You'll see those screws are actually high polished in comparison to that rounded brushed design here for the bezel on the timepiece. I say just like with the first watch we showed, very easy to be able to read in terms of that. Now, when we were talking about the luxury watch from just a little bit earlier, it was the Serinata. That one has a beautiful dial, still has the same movement on the inside, but this one is just a little bit more functional for the time, in my opinion, that goes along with the watch. So, upgraded sapphire crystal, we do have that. We have the dual point clasp on this, locking, goes right into place. I'll put the watch on my wrist here so you can see what that looks like. Check that out. Yeah, nice feel on this watch, and I like that tapering bracelet as it just rolls around the wrist here. So, yeah, and I say the heaviest watch of all 4 options here tonight. So let me just check. Anybody have any questions? Let me just look at the comments here really quick. I have to put on my glasses because it's a little bit too small here. So Larry's here tonight. Thank you, Larry. Tom, white chrono is my first choice. Then I must add the 40mm Tiger Eye. I too buy many watches for me. Well, thank you very much, Tom. Track Vision is here. Looks like he's doing fantastic tonight. That means Godfather must be here also. Ken Brewer, do any of these models come in a larger millimeter size? As of right now, they're just hovering around that 40 to 42. I believe Shop HQ, if I know correctly, Harry will confirm 30-day return policy. So I believe that is in effect. Harry can confirm on that here in just a quick second. Good to see Travis and Mark. Here's here another Mark. Very pretty watch. I have this one and I love it. Oh, very cool. Godfather's commenting on all the great timepieces. Thank you. Ben says, high quality watch, perfect for Christmas. All right. Well, appreciate that from everybody. And so next week, going to have Invicta on the show. And I don't know what the different options or what the watches are going to be. But be sure to follow me on social media also. On Instagram, give me a follow. I'd like to see your follow tonight. That is the.ryan. It's the Ryan code, but it's the.ryan.code. You can find me on Instagram. On Facebook, I'm still Invicta Ryan. I'm in the process of changing that over. I found out the hard way, it's really hard to do on Facebook for some reason when you have a public page. So I'm still working on it. Should be done here, hopefully, this week. But yeah, it's kind of goofy when it comes to Facebook in terms of that. But I would love to see your follows here. You can always reach out to me on social media too. You send me a note through Instagram or Facebook also. And we'll kind of go from there. And I'm looking forward to next week. So appreciate each and every one of you tuning in here tonight. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you in a week from tonight here on Shop HQ. Remember, go get those watches and check out those carts here and enjoy your new timepieces. Thank you so much and enjoy your evening.